Welcome to Pushing Forward with Alycia, a podcast that gives disability a voice. Each week, we will explore topics like confidence, ambition, resilience, and finding success against all odds. We are creating a collective community that believes that all things are possible for all people. Open hearts, clear paths, let's go. Let's go. Welcome back to Pushing Forward with Alycia. I'm Alycia, and it's my birthday week. But it's not extra special because it's my birthday. It's extra special because it's my twin sister, Regina's birthday, the other half of me. I was so lucky to be born with my best friend. So this year, we're not together on our birthday, which is not the norm. But every once in a while, we give our families a little reprieve and do a little something individually. So we thought we would celebrate our birthday on the podcast and give you some of our reflections and talk about our journey as twins. Regina, welcome back to Pushing Forward with Alycia. I'm so happy you're here. Do you want to welcome our special hostess with the mostest guest too, that's going to be interviewing us so I can kick my feet up and enjoy my birthday celebration?
I do. I would love to do that. Our special guest who will be moderating and leading our conversation today is the beautiful and successful and professional and fun baby sister, Karina. Thank you for carving time in your day. We know that it's very valuable and we appreciate it.
Thank you. Pushing Forward with Alycia, Regina, and Karina. Today's theme for this birthday episode is twinning is winning. And so our questions will really be focused on you two growing up, special bonds of twins, funny things that you can remember about each other, and so on and so forth. Yes.
Right, take it away. I'm going to try to take control.
So to kick things off on this fun twin episode, what has been your favorite birthday celebration together ever?
So there's been many because we typically do spend our birthdays together and typically it's celebratory. That being two versus one, it just creates the larger event. But I have to say one of our most memorable birthdays, and I think it's probably because one of the things that Alycia mentions a lot on repeat sort of in regards to her birthday is the whole idea and concept of a surprise party. And when we were 18 years old, our very best friend in high school, Candy Bowman at the time, and her amazing mom surprised Alycia and I with an 18th birthday party. And it wasn't just like a mini party. It was like this full extravaganza, all the people, all the friends, all the spirits and things that go into a celebratory party for a double duo 18-year-old birthday extravaganza. And I just have such a strong memory of walking in and having that moment together of, wow, all the people we love are here. And they literally got us on this one. We had no idea. So that was a fun scenario.
I love that moment. I remember how that moment felt too. And that was literally the only surprise party I've ever been thrown in my entire life.
Okay, so here's a funny one. In doing research on twins, there was a lot of questions around switching places and tricking people. Have you ever experienced this in your twindom?
So it was always kind of hard for us to do the switcheroo just because, well, Regina she's ambulatory and can walk, and I am a wheelchair user. A story that comes to mind is Regina and I worked at Chevy's Mexican restaurant for years together. Going through college, I was a waitress. She was a bartender. And this particular restaurant that we worked at, there was like a lunch shift that I was working, and Regina was off that day. And I had to go serve some food into the bar where Regina's regulars would commune. And I went to go drop off a plate of food to one of her regulars, and his face turned white. He looked like he saw a ghost. And he looked at me and he said, "Oh my God, what happened to you?" So he thought Regina had some type of an accident or something happened, and she was now the wheelchair user.
Very strong one. Now, I mean, we've had similar switcheroos. Definitely the voice confusion that comes into play quite a bit. I would say the most recent for me would be Alycia takes care of our daughter often. She's like fill-in mommy for sure for our daughter Ella. And I was on vacation with my husband, and Alycia was in full mommy mode, detail, drop off, pickup, all the things that go into maintaining someone else's schedule that's only 6. And she picked her up at the after school care program and took her home. And when I returned the following Monday to pick Ella up at the after school care program, I had 3 to 4 young children run up to me asking me where my wheelchair was. So though they've seen me in there a million times prior, the memorable moment was the wheelchair entering, and then the confusion was where the wheelchair went.
Moving on, we have a 2-parter here. What is your favorite part about being twins? And what is the hardest part about being twins?
My favorite part about being a twin is that I'm never alone. I mean, navigating life's trials and tribulations, and especially probably with a disability, I've never felt like I'm tackling giant tasks alone. So I think it's given me a lot of confidence in my space to overcome and achieve things that might be a little bit harder for another kid with a disability. I always say that Regina's been my like secret weapon, my internal ally that's always been advocating for me to be right beside her no matter what. And it's very inherent in both of us to make sure the other one is shoulder to shoulder, so we're not leaving one behind. So I think just having your best friend with you all of the time has been absolutely my favorite thing.
Reg?
My favorite part of being a twin brings me back to the womb. And now that I am an adult, brings me back to any opportunity that Alycia and I are traveling together without our spouses, whether there's 2 beds in the room or not. We go right back to the womb, lay in bed, snuggle, hold each other's hand and arm, and literally go back to that same comforting position. I don't know how else to say it, but we've done this our whole life. And I think the hardest part of being a twin is that Alycia and Marty live about 2 hours and 35 minutes away from me, which creates an unwanted distance.
Yeah, I agree.
There's definitely like an emotional connection. You can't really describe it, but you do have this sense of how that person is feeling, whether it's happy, sad, tired, stressed. There's definitely something internal that it almost feels like you're having those emotions yourself, even though it's not you. Alycia and I have had experiences where we're having one of these telepathic conversations, nonverbal, by looking at each other and comforting each other by just a glimpse, literally a facial expression. And we're having a communication stream that 100% is nonverbal, that people have actually commented on and interrupted at times because it is a little bit odd.
Like one egg split into 2. We often say like, you're the able-bodied half of me and I'm the disabled half of you. And we literally like our cells split for each of us to be created. I kind of think our twin language is like our own like innovation of closed caption in a different way. That's how we communicate. Let's take a quick break. You're listening to Pushing Forward with Alycia. Thanks for listening today. If you have an episode idea, know someone I should interview, or have a story that needs to be told, reach out to me at AlyciaAnderson.com. That's ALYCIA Anderson with an O.com. Click on podcasts. Welcome back to Pushing Forward with Alycia. I'm Alycia, and it's my birthday week. It's extra special because it's my twin sister, Regina's birthday, the other half of me. This year, we're not together on our birthday, which is not the norm, but every once in a while, we give our families a little reprieve and do a little something individually. So we thought we would celebrate our birthday on the podcast.
Who wants to talk first about the funniest memory you have together, which is hard because you have a lot together.
There is a lot of memories together. And I think overall the theme is we have a lot of like small moments of belly laughing, of stupid things that probably most people wouldn't get. So a funny story that comes to mind when you ask this question is when we were little, one of our mom's best friends told us that they were driving to the beach or something, and Regina and I were in the back of the car. We're in our bathing suits and getting ready to go to the beach, and we were wearing sunglasses. And one of the twins had sunglasses with one of the lens missing, so there was one lens on and one lens off. And the moms would look back and kind of giggle and thought it was cute. And they looked back, and the other twin popped out one lens out of her sunglasses. So they both had a pair of sunglasses with one lens in and one lens out. So I thought that was kind of a cute, funny story.
I want to mention another just fun memory. It's not funny, but it's fun. We were in Southern California at Corona Del Mar Beach, which is super beautiful. And a lot of us have spent a lot of our life, helping Alycia get from point A to point B across sand and in these difficult environments. And like, how do we help get her where we're going so that she can also be part of this experience? And we went to Corona Del Mar Beach to celebrate life with two of our very best friends. We went to have this beautiful breakfast to celebrate life together. And as we were leaving, we noticed that Corona Del Mar Beach offered these really awesome, though a little bit medical looking wheelchairs that had the big beach wheels on it. I was like, oh my God, like we're doing that. And Alycia said, I'm not doing that. I'm not getting in that. We can't do that. And I'm like, no, please, I really want to try this. So she got out of her, her day-to-day chair, jumped into the beach chair. And it was the most freeing, fun experience that I've had at the beach with Alycia. Taking her to the water, going over the sand with ease. And then once we got down to the beach, being able to push the wheelchair, though she'd rather be pushing it herself, pushing the wheelchair and allowing her to take a walk along a beach. Like, it was so fun. We couldn't stop laughing. We were so filled with joy. And it was just one of those moments in life that the four of us that were there together said, we just experienced a first. Like, this is a first. And it wasn't funny, but it was super fun. It was so enjoyable.
That was a really great moment. That was the first time I've ever taken a walk down the beach where you were walking like on the water, and where I could like scoop my hand and feel the water and the wind blowing, like the whole thing. It was like a movie almost. And to do that with my best girlfriends, like my girl group, from school, from when we were young, and how long we spent so much time on the beach. And that was the first time that the four of us ever got to take a walk down the beach together. It was like such a perfect moment. It was amazing.
All beaches should take the approach of Corona Del Mar and offer a accessible way for those who have a disability, temporary or permanent, to have access to do exactly that, because they were just there for the taking. And it was such a cool feature to have, inclusive feature to have at a public space. So just totally
and
awesome.
What was even better about that too is, and another testimonial to your impact in my life as my twin sister, is that's what you've done my entire life, is make sure that I'm experiencing the same thing that you are. And I was resistant towards this chair because I couldn't push it on my own. And there was an element of it that took my independence away, but that was all stripped away when the wheels hit the water and the wind started blowing in my hair and I had my besties around me. So it was, you spun me around in circles like we were dancing. It was amazing. It was so
and then
good.
You did a photo shoot in that thing. So
it was awesome.
As we are coming to the end of our time together on Pushing Forward with Alycia, Regina, and Karina, if you could describe your twin in 3 words, what would it be?
I would say that my twin is the most selfless and kind person that I know. She consistently will go out of her way to help others. And she really puts everyone before her. Her heart is filled with love, and she's extremely loving, but she's also very lovable because of it. So it's really nice. And then I think that she's also equally determined and to chase her goals, and has a dedication to just performing and having some results, whether it's at work or goals within her family structure and all of that. I feel incredibly lucky to share my entire life with such a remarkable, beautiful human. Happy
It's
birthday.
like looking in a mirror, right? The things that I think about with my twin, the first thing I always think about is strength. Alycia has had to overcome more than any human being I know. She has had to work that much harder at succeeding, winning, and just owning all of it. So the strength piece of it is, the words can't even explain it. I also see Alycia as a very successful person. And I think success is something that she's always been very determined to own and control and succeed at. Just watching the business grow, watching the podcast come to life, she's exuded success in her life. And that is such a strong quality for any woman, but a disabled woman at the top of the frickin' list. Third, I would say that, and these could go in any order, that she's very loving. And I couldn't live without that true, genuine support of just kindness and like intention of always doing what's best for me versus her. I think she brings in the family values, though we all do. She brings it in from the core. She like digs a little bit deeper than I know that I do. I just think Alycia, for whatever reason, pulls like the granny piece of it, the papa piece of it, the Aunt Mary piece of it. She just like keeps those things
Tradition.
alive through love. Yeah. So I would say those are my top three, though there's many more.
I think Regina is truly one of the most beautiful people inside and out I've ever met.
No.
I know I'm biased, but
100%.
Regina has a heart of gold.
Yeah.
And Alycia is one of the strongest people I've had the pleasure of getting to surround myself with, because you push forward, no pun intended, with such grace and resilience through. Alycia, you never get to give a pushing forward moment, but since you are a guest today, you go first.
I think my pushing forward moment from my twin perspective can look different depending on where I have been in my life. But today it is a moment for me to remember where I've come from and cherish the one who has always literally been there to love and protect, advocate for, and just be my friend. And even in the hardest of times. And I'm super, super grateful for that. So for me, I just need to remember all of that love and support that I have gotten, I need, and she deserves, and those in my life deserve all of that right back.
My pushing forward moment, a pushing forward moment that I've been thinking of honestly since yesterday after having a kind of like a important conversation with a friend, is that your body feels so good when you smile. Even if you don't want to smile and you're having a terrible moment, if you just stop and allow yourself to try to smile, your whole body responds from that and to that. And every day we drop our daughter off at school, we say, happy smiles all day. No matter what, as long as you just like try your hardest to turn the frown upside down, as they say, and really do it, it does help.
Oh, that's so beautiful. I'm going to start saying that to Theo. I tell Theo, this is not my pushing forward moment, but it's a great day to have a great day. And
Oh, that's a great pushing forward moment.
But that is not my pushing forward moment.
You have one?
My pushing forward moment comes from the realization that despite any challenges you might face, you're never truly alone because you have the support and companionship of your siblings. This is a bond that really helps keep us moving in sometimes the darkest of days or the best days. And so knowing that you always have someone to lean on has been one of my life's greatest treasures.
Same. We love you.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of this incredible twinning episode. I'm Karina.
I'm Regina.
I'm Alycia.
This is Pushing Forward with the Basiglio Sisters.
And that is how we roll.
If you're an employer who would like to learn more about disability inclusion in the workplace, lessons on ableism, and how accessibility can drive innovation in your company, please check out my micro training series at AlyciaAnderson.com. That's ALYCIA Anderson with an O.com. Click on micro learning.